Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 32 of Direwolf20's Stoneblock3 series, where today I'm going to continue knocking out singularities. So Uraninite singularity looks like a good one, and I noticed that there's a power-based recipe where I can feed in uranium ingots, which have EMC, and it'll convert into uraninite. So why don't I do that? Because that seems exceedingly easy to me. So what I did is I prepped ahead of time for this. So I've got the uraninite or the uranium ingot here. So on the opposite side of this, which will be west, let's extract on. How about I'm gonna go with a limeish color. No, let's make it the green for uranium and lime for uraninite. So we're going to extract one item every tick. Okay, so one item every tick. And then on this side, you're going to have an insert, but I want to filter you to one uranium ingot at a time on the green channel. And that should happen. Sweet. Cool. Then I want you to extract on lime, which is channel 5, every tick. And you can insert on. Boom. That's brilliant. Look at how good that is. How good is that? How good is that? Isn't that good? Now, are we having power problems? We might be having power problems, which is fine. I'm all right with a little bit of power problems. But that's pretty cool. So the reason we're having power problems is because I fixed between episodes this guy. So he's working perfectly now. What I did is I switched him into redstone pulse inserts next set. And then I switched this guy to when a redstone signal is received, loop the cycle once, ignore further pulses. What that means is he'll only ever pulse this thing once whenever he's ready for the next batch, and he won't potentially insert. I think what was happening is because his redstone signal was enabled, it was trying to insert two sets of recipes at the same time. So it was doing, for example, the nitro crystal recipe and the blaze mesh at the same time in the same tick. So that was, the problem. So currently having a little bit of a problem with power, mostly because, this is what we have down here. We've got these two nitro fernators. That's it. It's powering my whole base. It's doing a great job, but, apparently not enough. Because we need 20 million RF to do this craft, and we're doing it constantly. So we'll need to amp that up a little bit today. Maybe get ourselves a little bit more power. Soon I'm gonna do the reactor from Mechanism, but I need to hold myself over. So maybe what I'll do real quick is get another fernator recipe going, and what we could do is we could teach you how to make fernators. That might be fun. So what I'll just do is go right down the line here, because you know how to make everything else, right? So no reason not to. Easy peasy. Cool. Hop down here, find and open one of these, put them all in it, and we're good to go. Now if I wanted 2 more nitro fernators, for example, that should be craftable. And what you'll do is you'll finish your current iteration of crafting, which is, not terribly slow, because we still have 2 of them down there. And then once it's done with its currently, requested amount, it'll be able to knock out all the stuff I just asked for. And what I was thinking I could do is we could probably have Eternalist fuel be fed in there from another, EMC link. Wouldn't that be neat? Rather than the chicken? Because right now we're worrying about the chicken not being able to keep up. Forget the chicken. No more chicken. We're done with chickens. Right? What we'll do is I want to leave him here for now, but what I'll basically do is we could throw the EMC link in here. You can target Eternalist fuel. And then you guys, rather than feeding off the chicken, can feed off the Eternalist fuel. No wireless transmitter in range. Why not? Did you already run out of power? I guess you did. You burned through that coal Very comedically fast. Holy cow, did you burn through that coal fast? Is that even a thing you could do? I was surprised. All right, so pipes. Boom, boom, boom. I don't need you connecting here. What I want you to do is extract here, and then that guy, and then you're going to get this, and that should be easy peasy. Now you can be removed, and then once you burn through, wow, you do burn through that coal very quickly. But watch this. Boom. And look how much longer the Eternalist fuel lasts, right? So if I broke this pipe, we'll see that the Eternalist fuel lasts a lot longer, obviously. We don't need to worry about the chicken no mores. Goodbye, chickens. And now we can easily expand this guy out as needed with our more nitro furnators, which are still crafting. And we have nitro energy cables, right? So we can add those. So let's see how that crafting is coming along. Getting there. It's making a bunch of like the blazing crystals and the diamonds and all that stuff. Not a big deal at all, right? Super easy. So once that's done crafting, let's come back, put it together, make sure we have enough RF generation, and then, or you know what we can do? We can wait while that's crafting. Why don't I just do this real quick? We should have plenty of uraninite now, right? So uraninite, we can throw a stack in here, right? And we're not doing anything yet? Okay, cool. So this is the west side. So standard process for us at this point. Uraninite goes in here on the up, and that should be producing uraninite singularities. Beautiful. That's a new one for me. And then on the west, we can extract on orange. Cool. And then he's extracting. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy. And that'll fill up. And this process is really running very fast, and I love that. Now, are you actually inserting things still? Yeah, because it's doing the thing up there. But once we backstuff that, which at this rate will happen within a minute, we'll have plenty of uraninite singularities. So let's remove that from the to-do list. So let's just recap with how many we have left to do. We haven't yet made polonium because we haven't progressed through mechanism. Or pig iron, which should be an easy one. I'll probably do that one next. Ethereal slates, because we haven't progressed through blood magic. Source gems should be pretty easy to do. Train tracks should be pretty easy to do. And emerald clusters, which grow from that budding crystals mod. We're going to have to look into how that works, but I don't think it'll be too bad, right? So let's say pig iron will be the next one we do, and maybe train tracks and source gems. Those will be the next three we knock out. And emerald clusters. And we'll save polonium and ethereal slates for the very end because, you know, that's just going to be like a whole bunch of progressing through mechanism and blood magic to get that going, right? Cool. So let's see. Is this thing done crafting yet? Yeah, he is. Cool. So we've got our 2 nitro furnators. Give me one more because I staged 3 spots down there for them. But this should literally be as easy as doing this. Boom. Boom. And you guys are producing and sending power, and everybody's happy now. Cool. I like it. Now, nitro cables are capable of doing 1,000,000 RF a tick transfer speed. So that's cool. Now, how about power? How are we doing? Oh, we're net gaining on power, it looks like. Nice. Even with you running, or are you doing other things? Yeah, you're doing little things. So once we're done with our last nitro furnator, we'll see if the power gem we have now keeps up with the production of nitro crystals. Because those are, you know, relatively RF expensive. They're not crazy. We've seen worse by far. But, you know. So let's come back in a minute when this is done. All right, looks like crafting is complete. So if we check, we have a new nitro furnator. How are we doing on power gen? Looks pretty good, actually. And you're, yeah, less than what you were capable of. So this should hold me over really well. And let's not forget, I'm not even tick accelerating these. And I could be. I absolutely could be. But I'm not. But yeah, you're cruising. And then I presume that you are also all cruising. You don't even need to cruise. Because, you know, we don't need that much power. You're doing fine with just this little bit. It's a small amount of RF that we need. 30,000. RF, so that happens instantly. That's why there's only one laser here. We're cool. But everybody else has power in them, right? Their buffer's full. Stored 0 out of 4 million. Why are you stored 0 out of 4 million? You've got your 4 million, but everybody else does not? Not at the 800,000 limit. Is it the cable? He should be able to do 200,000 RF. I mean, I could swap these out with nitro cables if I wanted to. Not that it doesn't need to be, because it's clearly doing just fine. And look, we just backstuffed. We're done crafting. So, now out of curiosity, you're still saying 0. That might just be like incorrectly registering or saying. That just might be like a client desync issue or something, because I don't believe that has no RF in it. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So, pig iron? That sounds cool. Pig iron is made how? So we need molten pig iron, which is made as an alloy between molten iron, blood, and honey. Really? Honey? Okay. Did not think it was going to be. That's interesting. So iron, obviously simple, right? Blood we can get from what? Oh, zombie heads, which have EMC. So zombie heads. Right? Zombie heads have EMZ. And I'm pretty sure we have some. We have at least one. That's enough. It's more than enough. We can go toss it in here. Boom, learned. There's your blood. Cool. And then honey. Honey. In liquid form. So one of these honeys. And then there's Tinker's Construct honey. Let's start with that one. So honey blocks have an EMC value. So there's, a solid win. Do we have any honey bottles? We actually do. And they have an EMC value as well. I'm assuming I got these from either one of those bees flying around or whatever. So that's easy peasy too. So all EMCable. So now all we need to do is set up... I'll probably want a dedicated Tinker's dude, right? So let's see. We've got seared bricks, which have an EMC value. Always nice. Hey, not you guys. You were supposed to be here. Cool. So let's do a quick... let's get a quick setup for... Do I want to do this inside a compact machine? I don't think I need to, right? I could just do it underneath here. There's like no need for a compact machine. I started going underneath this location to get stuff added. And I think we can just throw it in the corner here, right? Yeah. I don't see why not. We'll just get like a stackish of you. We'll get all this stuff set up. Now we might want to tick accelerate this. We'll see. I haven't quite decided. So we're going to want a seared drain, right? We're going to want to drain. Can probably put you and you and you and you away at this moment. So seared drain, that should be cool. We can get our probably. Do we want a casting table, or we could probably just do basin, right? I don't think there's a reason to do the table. Might as well just do the basin, do blocks at a time. Super simple. Seared duct. That should be cool. We're going to want a seared tank. Not an ingot tank. Fuel gauge? No, this guy. Seared fuel tank. That's what I want. And then we want the controller, right? Which is going to be... I think we have to pour something over something. Right? 4 ingots over a seared brick. There we are. Copper. There, you're both off. Good. Smeltery controller. Easy peasy. Okay. So we'll put the controller here. We'll put this here. We'll put a tank here. We should figure out something with lava. But for now, we'll just manually fill some in there. I mean, we have this guy. Is there any chance that, like... Oh my goodness, that's cool. Yeah, I need to get stuff, but that's neat. He filled it right up, didn't he? I like that. That would be a cool way to do it. But once I get blood magic going, right? So that should be all she wrote. Now, what we'll want to do, let's set it up so that we insert the correct amount of resources into the controller via laser IO. Because that is, like, you know, a good way to set that up. So what we'll want is, how about an interface? No, let's do it with the EMC link. We'll do it with a personal EMC link. And you're going to get zombie heads, which I left in the thing, didn't I? So iron, honey, block. Here's a question. Can I just drag it? Because that would be the best. Ooh, I can. Nice. And then head, zombie head. Cool. And then you should be good to do that. So let's math up exactly how many we need. So if I want molten pig iron, so if I want 180 millibuckets of molten pig iron, which is 2 ingots worth, and then we can multiply this, right? So we would need 1 ingot of iron, right? So what we'll do is on the up, we're going to insert a filter, 1 ingot of iron, okay? And then 500 millibuckets or 2 slime balls of blood, which I think we get, you know, 500 millibuckets from a head. So that would be 1 zombie head. Okay. And then for the honey, it's going to need to be 250 millibuckets, which is 1 bottle's worth of honey. Now, my concern, therefore, would be... Where's that honey? A block is a bucket, right? And you needed to be... So let's 4x this so we can do a block. So we'll do 1 block of honey. And then 4 of each other thing. And that's what we'll limit on the insert. So if I set that, and then we make you an extract, and we'll overclock you. Boom, that should be pretty cool. Right? I like that. Should be good. And then when you combine... So you're going to automatically do that. How about I do... We want to make sure, because they melt at different levels, what if we did this? You ready? I'm going to put a sensor card in here, and we will say an ore, okay, and then we'll say a bucket of honey, right? And I'll make it like, you know, any amount. Let's say 50 millibuckets is fine. Same with blood bucket. Can I drag this one? I can. Good job, me. $50 millibuckets. And then also molten iron. Cool. Then you will emit a signal on the white channel, and then you can only extract on low on the white channel. And that'll prevent us from running into a problem where honey takes so much longer to melt than iron. Or so what's happening right now is what I'm trying to prevent. See how we have a lot of blood, we have a decent amount of iron, but we don't have enough of other stuff. So you should be working and you're not connecting. Why aren't you connecting? Fluid card. You should be able to read the fluid in there. You really should be able to. And I should probably have pig iron as well. We should do the same. Any amount of pig iron. But more importantly, why aren't you sensing the fluid card? So let's make you a high signal for now. That'll stop inserting things at least for a minute. Why you no sensing? Because I thought I could read the fluid amount in the Smeltery off the Smeltery controller, and it doesn't look like a line's connecting, which tells me he's not detecting this as a thing. What if we put the sear drain in there? Can you detect? This is a fluid card, right? I know what I'm doing. I know how this mod works. I mean, I would think so. Why can't you... Couldn't you extract? Is it because you're underneath? It might be because you're underneath. How about the opposite side of this, which is west? Are you not registering as fluid handlers? Like, why showing lasers? All right, quick question. You? Yeah, see, you should see the laser. That means it knows it's a thing. What if I put it here? Super confused? Because that should be, like, you should be able to... I should be able to do something like this. Right? And you should be able to extract, and then on the down, insert. Oh, it's working! It's just not drawing the laser. Interesting. Okay. So let's do this then. How about you... Let's move the sensor to here. And connect you to. Oh, there we go. Cool. So I want you on low, which means... See, it let it go now because it sensed that it was in, but I had to switch it from high to low. Right? So now it won't allow stuff to go in there. And let's get a few more honey blocks just to... I don't know how far behind you are. But once we stabilize this, so you've got 8 iron ingots. Yeah, where'd my heads go? Didn't I shift click heads? Oh, why did you do that? Oh, because I shift clicked, right. I don't need to shift click. Just a single click will get me the stack. That's pretty good. Now we're nice and even on pig iron. See, so it's no longer inserting things because there's pig iron in there. Okay. Now what we should be able to do is stick this in a drawer somewhere. We could put it... Let's do a compacting drawer, right? And then what I'll do is I'll get the polar upgrade. We'll stick that in there as a stage. We'll set you to pull. We'll set you to lock. Okay, and then your pull direction will be east. Oops. And then on the down, you can go back to inserting. And shouldn't you pull? I would expect you to pull. You don't want to pull, do you? Well, then you don't get to have a pulling upgrade, do you? Nope. No pulling upgrade for you. I'm going to stick you here. I'm going to remove your puller upgrade. And we'll use pipes. Cool. How cool is that? All right. And then we can do an external storage. A few cables. And now what's happening is what I said would happen. Why did you do that? Don't be annoying. What's in there? Ingots? Ah, it inserted the iron too fast. The iron finishes melting before anything else. You know what I need to do? I need you to measure first. I need you to measure every tick. Is what I need. And that might solve the problem. But depending on what order... Yeah, no. See, this is running before that one because they're not in the same node. So I can't control easily which one runs first unless I slowed this down. So I could slow the extract down to every 10 ticks. And that should be cool. Oh, and I need to filter you. Yeah, you need to be filtered, Chief. So you can extract of type pig iron. And that should be cool. Now we just need more lava. You know what? I don't mind taking a little bit of damage. This is not the way I'll continuously run it, but yes, that should be cool. Right. So now he only extracts pig iron. As soon as there's any liquid in there, he stops inserting. And that's kind of cool, right? I think that works. We just need to automate the lava bit. And that shouldn't be too bad, right? I've yet to do anything around lava automation. But we'll get there. We'll do it. Right? Without the tick acceleration, it's obviously a little slower, but everything's working, which is key. And if we need to tick accelerate it down here, easy peasy. And how's that external storage doing? Not bad. This is cool. I like this. Okay. And then your priority can be high. We'll go up here. We'll set you to pig iron. How about you keep in stock 20-ish? Cool. So you're the next neutronium compressor to go. So that is the west side. We'll insert, filter, pig iron on the up, which should be nice, 128. So we need, 2-ish stacks to get our first pig iron singularity. Nice. And then on the west, you can extract on orange. Beautiful. Right? Isn't that cool? And I need to get lava in there now. So how should I get lava? Lava, 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 lava. Can I right click on this to fill it up with the Vulcanite amulet? Oh, I can. A bucket at a time, but that's doable. What can I use to automatically do that? Good question. All right, let's try this. I've never tried this block before because it always felt just a little bit cheaty. But what are you going to do? So electric motor from create, crafts, and additions lets you generate rotational force energy with RF. Like I said, a little cheaty something, but meh. So I think it's this, this, and that. And then click. If I made that right, it should work. Cool. Did it work? Yay, it worked. Sweet. Quest completed. You're really not supposed to get rotational energy from RF, but that's okay. We'll live. So I think if I just did this, here's what I want to do. You ready? What if we just had you? Oh, look at you. You get a nice little rotational speed control. That's kind of cool. And then what, I just feed RF into you via a plug? So cheaty. So cheaty. This feels dirty. Feels wrong. But then what if I put you like so? And then what if we got a tank? But I wanted like an ender tank. Maybe with red dye? And then we put our Vulcanite amulet on you? Is that doable? What if I right-clicked you on a tank? That would work. Yes. Ah, don't do that. What did you do, waterlog with lava? Goodness gracious. Not working like I had hoped it would. Thought that would be an easy one. You need to be closer, maybe? Maybe you're just too far away? Oh, that's not right. Can't you deploy? Isn't that what you do, deployer? Mode use. Mode attack. Nope, we definitely want you in use mode. Like if I gave you something else, let's say, yeah, right. He's placing it. So does use not work like that? That's a bummer. I thought that would be a cool way to do it. I'm looking for something clever to do. I could do the lava chicken eggs thing, but meh. Just for funds. Nope, also. I didn't want to die either, so. Yeah, you should be working. It may not be working because it's a fake player, and I bet the fake player doesn't have EMC. So that's probably it. Now, just out of curiosity, this seems like a crazy idea to me. But what if I had the fake player place in the world? Now, are you linked to the fake player? And then if we like threw something in there that had some EMC, like, I don't know, Eternalist fuel? That doesn't go to the player's grid, though. Yeah, I need it to go to the player's grid. So what if we did this? What if I had you place a personal EMC link? I'm gonna crash my game so hard. Yeah, look, I can't access it because it's not me. Okay. Okay. Now what if we had a hopper? Because I didn't place that. The fake player did. And then you, Eternalist, fuel it up, right? Or whatever. Iron. Sure, why not? Red matter. Throw some of that in there. That'll get me lots of EMC, right? So now this fake player should have some EMC. Boo, I was really hoping that would work. That would have been cool, right? How cool would that have been? I mean, I feel like that fake player should have EMC now, right? You should. I'm just messing around at this point. So coal plus nether quartz chicken equals lava chicken. Cool. So this will eventually get me a lava chicken, I think. 16% chance. So let it run 10 times and it'll probably make one. Unless you have Dyer's RNG luck. In which case, clearly, not so good. Come on. You should have made one by now. There we go. One lava chicken in the bag. I need two, though, remember, so they can start 10-10-10ing it. I mean, I guess you could argue that this is a better chance of getting them. There's another lava. Nice. Okay. I'll be back. All right, so we have a stack of lava chickens, right? And you'll make lava eggs, which can item drain into lava with the item drain. I can make one of those, right? Do I need to, do I need rotational energy for this guy? I need copper on a stripped thing. Cool. Okay. So if I just, can I click these on there? Oh, hello. Can I just pipe them in? Nope. Apparently not. Maybe from the side I can pipe them in. Yep, that'll do. That works. Now can I pipe out? From the side, yes. That'll do, right? That'll do. Cool with that. I'm cool with that. Okay, so there's your lava production. Yeah. Good. We'll just make sure that you're nice and fast. And then you'll buffer, and that's perfect, right? Okay. And then you can come with me. That took a little longer than I thought it might, but meh, it's all good. And boom. Now all the lavas. And that's pretty cool, right? I like it. Cool beans. And then where's my watch? Cool, right? That's working really well. And then the pig dude coming right along. So that should just run. And we should be fine, right? And we'll get, every time it crafts, you know, what, 9 ingots? And if we need to tick accelerate it, we can tick accelerate it. We're good. So that's pig iron checked off the list. Nice. Source gems we were going to do? Yeah, source gems. I kind of had some of that somewhat over here-ish. How many source gems do we need per singularity? 90? Feel like that should be tick accelerated, right? Maybe that'll be a good compact machines room. I'll leave a couple. I'll leave like 1 or 2 imbuement chambers in here. I don't think we're gonna need a lot of them. Yeah. So let's throw down a compact machine. Let's get ourselves a personal shrinking device. Hooray! Into the machine we go. Cool. Now, what we're going to want to do is test if my wireless transmitter thing works, and it doesn't. I thought I had like an infinite range, like cross-dimensional one. Infinity booster card. This is part of the reason why I've been a little bit. So this guy is the one we made, right? Is that the one we made? I think so. Does he not work cross-dimensionally? Where's this one? Infinity range booster. That's what we made. RS range booster. And then I can get, oh, a dimension card. Oh. Oh. Tell me more. Probably RF heavy, but meh. I thought this is where I had my thing. It is. So if I got 4 of those, that's cool. So what I need is this. Now, are you guys all cool? Are we out of nether stars? That might be the case. Let's add nether stars to the list down there of things we can have 2 billion of. And then you get the list, and then you're cool. And now we're good on Nether Stars, and I assume that means you're going to craft again. Correct. Okay. So let's, real fast, just because it's going to be faster to do this than anything else. Because we didn't have, or did we have range upgrades? We actually did. Okay. You know what? Then just make me like... Oh no, we didn't. We didn't have range upgrades. I'm gonna need more crafters. Do you have EMC? You don't. Bummer. Excellent. And everybody's working? Nice. Love it. Now I can upgrade you to be a dimension card. And that should be awesome. So now if we go jump into our compact machine, we should have access to our refined storage system. Nice! So OP, but totally awesome. It's just annoying having to bounce back and forth across dimensions to, oh, I forgot something, I have to go. Nonsense, just do your thing. Did I set up an import ender chest in this series? I'm starting to lose track of what I've done in my life, and that's not good. I did. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll just set up a real quick one, right? Personal EMC link. Okay. And you'll have Lapis in you. Because this should be relatively easy. Hey, you should be able to... Maybe I never taught you Lapis? Possible. Learned. There's your problem. There's your problem. Now this should be easy. Okay, so now you get Lapis. I really like how it didn't turn yellow unless I knew it. Like that's pretty neat, right? So then like that. And then you're going to extract on the down. I'm going to need more of these item cards. One every tick. And do I need to filter it on Lapis? No, because it knows, right? And then let's bind you to these two. And then on the down will be an insert. And you'll only accept one Lapis at a time. And then we can tick accelerate you with a watch. Do we have any more cards? Probably not. I have no idea how many times I'm clicking. I'm just clicking. That should be enough. I've dubbed that enough cards for this moment. Cool. And then you're doing your thing. Beautiful. Now we on the down. How about we just stocking mode? Yeah, I like that. Then we don't have to have multiple cards, right? So you connect to you connect to these two, you connect to these two, you connect to this guy. And then on the down, we will stocking mode the source gems. Keep 16 in stock. Cool. And then what will happen is, as soon as you turn into gems, boom, stocking mode pulls them in and then moves on, right? How cool is that? So then on down, insert, down, insert, down, insert, all the way. And then we could easily, you know, pedestal watch this thing. And that's how we get our source gems. Cool? That works for me. Now, if I wanted to disable this system at some point, you know, because we backstuffed on source gems, I could. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that. It should be. We would have to set up networking with Refined to sense how many are in the thing. But I don't know if that's necessary. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think we're good. The alternative would be, instead of importing it into the Refined storage system, we could just have a dedicated ender chest for a few of these items, and we could like say, hey, keep 64 in stock. We could extract from that ender chest at the Singularity room, and then when the Singularities back stuff. You know, I'm kind of liking that idea. I'm liking it a little bit, at least. How about like a green dye chest? That sounds cool. So if I did that, you'll keep in stock, let's say, on the down. How about 64? Okay. So now he'll fill up to 64, and then he'll stop accepting more. Okay. That seems cool. It was white, white, green, which is a random color that I just happened to pick. So once this hits 64, right, then we're going to have it stop pulling more in, and then they'll just back stuff in their thing, and then they're done. I like that, actually. That feels even better to me. Cool. So then all we have to do is this, right? We'll put this here. We'll disconnect you from there. We'll connect this and that, and then on the down you can be extract. You know, full blast. Cool, just like you are. Down is just extract full time. Cool. And then on this guy is running. This guy is not. So on the, what is it, west? West, we're going to insert, filter, source gems on the up. And then boom. Now that'll get me the stack that I had, right? I'll get some of the extra source gems from here just to get my first Singularity so I can stage it in the drawers and mark the quest complete. And that should be cool. Nice. And then west, extract, orange. Boom. 2. And that's another gem Singularity taken care of. Nice. We only have 4 left. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. And believe it or not, the balloon gem Singularity. Oh, okay, it is finally done. Hooray. We got one. Yay. We can stage it. It wouldn't go in because it was locked and I never staged it. But yeah, 1 balloon's lingering. We're going to have to... I'm going to add that to the compact machine room. This might be a compact machine room. Oh, that's cool. That works. I like that. Where I do some tick accelerating. So, like, I'll set up a pedestal in here. We'll set up tick acceleration and yada, yada, yada. But we'll have to do that next episode because it's wrapping up point. So Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed it. For now, take it easy.